BBC Breakfast turned tense as a Labour minister was left red-faced in a heated debate about the impact that Donald Trump's state visit could have on the UK. On Tuesday, September 16, the US president arrived in England with his wife, First Lady Melania Trump, for his second state visit to the UK, making him the first president ever to be invited twice. During his visit, he was given the full royal treatment at Windsor Castle last night, September 17, and is set to meet the Prime Minister after promising a £150 billion US investment. The Republican leader's stay has sparked protests all over the UK, particularly in the heart of the capital, with many begging the president to leave. On Thursday, September 18, presenter Charlie Stayt and Naga Munchetty welcomed James Murray, Chief Secretary to the Treasury, onto the show to get his thoughts on the repercussions this has sparked with Brits across the country. The veteran broadcaster began, "People will have been seeing the pomp and ceremony at Windsor Castle and much vaunted gains from hosting the president in this way. In a tangible sense, when will any of this make a difference to someone watching you right now?" The Chief Secretary of the Treasury replied, "Thanks for setting that out, because £150 billion of extra investment over the next decade is a really major package of investment. It's a real vote of confidence in the British economy and in our country. But you're right to ask the question, what does that mean for people in their day-to-day lives? Let me give you one example of where some of this money is going to be invested. There's a US company called X Energy. They're going to be working with Centrica, who own British Gas, and they're going to be working together to build 12 modular reactors, like small nuclear power stations near Hartlepool. That's a really important part of creating new nuclear energy in the UK. These 12 modular reactors will create enough energy for 1.5 million new homes. 2,500 jobs will be going into the manufacturing and the setting up of these new reactors, and it will add billions to the economy. So, that's the kind of example where we talk about big numbers, and it's important to emphasize the sheer scale of this package and what a big vote of confidence it is in the British economy. But what it really means for people's lives is more jobs, cheaper energy, and making people better off. It didn't take long before viewers flocked to X, formerly known as Twitter, to share their thoughts online, with one asking, "Cheaper energy? How?" As another pointed out, "Never mind the £35,000 this government has already deported, shame they didn't spend as much time scrutinising the Tory party." A third argued, over a decade of Tory and now Labour austerity has caused the country to go into meltdown. The political elite continue to hammer working people,